Hey guys, Canadian boy Ryan here, feeling left out from these last couple of top 10 lists. So I thought I'd jump in here real quick and just shoot off my favorite top 10 werewolf flicks, since I'm sure Abby and Adams probably differ from mine a fair bit. So without further ado, let's start with number 10, which is a movie I feel doesn't get enough respect. It's nowhere near as bad as everybody makes it out to be. I'm talking about 1997's American Werewolf in Paris. I truly believe this movie is a lot of fun, and it's got a lot of charm to it. Jumping up from there, number 9. This is a werewolf movie that I would almost say is more of a comedy than a horror, and it actually really works well. I'm not a huge fan of the werewolf genre, so I do like it when they change things up a bit. Anyway, I apologize. So yeah, number 9, the movie I'm referring to is An American Werewolf in Paris. Uh, I just absolutely love it. I think it's hilarious, and the comedy works for me. Number 8. Number 8 is a bit of a, I'd say, yeah, it's a funny spot with people. Some people love it, some people hate it. The biggest problem that people seem to have with it is that it incorporates CGI into the werewolf transformations. There's practical as well. I feel it's a relatively good mix of the two. I'm, of course, talking about An American Werewolf in Paris. And yeah, a lot of people seem to have a problem with the CGI in this. I mean, it's that late 90s CGI. It's not great, but I don't find it super distracting. And there are some fun practical effects as well. All right, jumping into number 7. This is a werewolf movie that came out in the mid to late 90s. So I was around 14, I think. It's was one of the first horror movies I got to see in theaters. So it definitely had an impact on me. I'm, of course, talking about An American Werewolf in Paris. It has oozes with that mid to late 90s charm that stuff like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer can only hope to capture. What was that? Number 7, I think. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah. So number 6. Number 6 is a bit of a wild card for me. I mean, the werewolf stuff is great, but the thing that really stands out on this one for me is its amazing soundtrack. Like a lot of I'm a big advocate for the music is another character in the movie, and just the songs in this soundtrack. Just, I mean, you could just listen to this soundtrack in the car or at a party, and nobody would even know it was from a horror movie. But it works so well in the movie. Uh, I'm talking about, of course, An American Werewolf in Paris, and just for the soundtrack alone, that movie is worth a watch. Coming in at number 5, this werewolf movie is almost in the vein of Dracula. There's a bit of a love story to it. It's very sensual and erotic at some parts, and they incorporate the werewolfness into that, just like with Dracula and stuff. You have the vampire mythos kind of melding with the love story. In this movie, you have the same thing. You have the lycanthrope kind of becoming like they're getting that animal fever, fervor, whatever you want to say for each other. I'm of course talking about An American Werewolf in Paris and Julie Delpy, to be specific. And if you manage to snag the unrated cut, which is the only cut in Canada, it's got full frontal. So props to that. That was number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That was 5. So number 4. Number 4 might get me in trouble. Number 4 is a sequel that I consider surpasses the original. A lot of people love the original one of this. And I mean, I think it's fine. Again, I'm not a huge werewolf person. So I feel the original movie, it's a little too much of that old school werewolf story for me. Um, and I just feel the sequel just goes out there, like with the random nudity and the ridiculousness of the plot, and characters that you think wouldn't even be in this kind of movie are in it. I'm, of course, talking about An American Werewolf in Paris. I truly believe the sequel does surpass the original. I have way more fun with it than I do An American Werewolf in London. So that was number 4. So coming in at number 3, I say coming in at a lot, by the way. I haven't thought of anything better to say when I do this. So I'll try to refrain from that for the last couple. But in the meantime, coming in at number 3, I've got Silver Bullet. That's right. It's not American Werewolf Paris. Paris. You thought this was going to be like a kind of joke where I just say it over and over and over and over and over again. You might have even stopped watching, but now you're not going to find out what other movies I like. And number 3 is Silver Bullet. Uh, what can you say about Silver Bullet? It's fucking insane. Werewolf kills a guy with a baseball bat. Um, shit. What's his name? The dude. He's in Predator 2. Gary Busey. Gary Busey is fantastic in this. He's the kind of uncle that every kid wants. Just the right kind of dangerous and the right kind of stupid. The werewolf effects are fine. He looks more like a cuddly teddy bear than a werewolf, but I mean, everything else is top notch. Absolutely ridiculously fun werewolf flick. And whenever it's on, I'll give it a watch. Number 2 is a movie that has more line dancing in it than werewolves. And I absolutely this movie is a fascination with me. It was directed by a man who was involved with almost every film prior in the series, and this was his attempt to try to make all the movies make sense. He borrowed bits and pieces from all the previous films to try to make one coherent story. Failed successfully, I will say. But it's such a riot. I'm talking about Howling, New Moon Rising. I think it's the 7th one in the franchise. It's definitely worth a watch just as a curiosity. And that brings us to number 1, which is just it's a feel-good flick. It has fun with the werewolf mythos and isn't afraid to kind of change it up. Um, it's wouldn't say it's the most violent or scary werewolf movie out there, but I think it's definitely worth a watch, and I absolutely adore it. I am, of course, talking about 1997's An American Werewolf in Paris. Yeah, got it in one more time. Out. Fuck y'all.